Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes, we can. How are you doing today?
Oh, okay. So good. How are you?
You're doing well. Just getting ready for this crude open here. I'm kind of looking at a little zone, probably a little 1 minute zone here at the open, just to see how it plays with it. And my 60-minute zones aren't really into effect like I would hope, but see what happens right here. And then if not there, then Globex low and in this area. Those are the two areas that I'm watching coming into the open.
Those are 60-minute levels?
The bottom one is. This one here is just kind of a little retracement area that might receive something, but it's close to that moving average, that 5-minute moving average. So that's why I'm thinking it might hold something, but I'm not going to bank on it. Okay, so it went through that without that much of an issue. Trendline might hold something, but we'll see. My 15-minute chart wasn't doing anything, so I had to reload. Technically, we still have about 5 minutes until open here on crude, but with the way the Apotime stuff works, I take 5 minutes before and after the top of the hour, as well as the bottom of the hour. But yeah,
I was going to ask you about NQ, but I guess I shouldn't.
not yet, but I'll be looking over there soon.
Okay.
I'll probably set up not only the reversal trades that I just shared with everybody, but shouldn't say reversal trades. Reversal support areas, but also the trend following resistance areas, and then go from there.
Okay.
And then I'll go over to NQ with you, and we can spend some quality time with NQ. Now, I had a recommendation over the weekend to share the trades after I'm done with them. You think that would help you guys as well? I know
You talking about like
posted in
immediately
this,
after?
Yeah,
Yeah, that would help because your mind's in it at that moment, you know.
right.
Very
Okay.
helpful.
We'll start doing that.
Yeah, I agree. I think it will help.
I'll start doing that. Okay, this thing's back now. I'd like to say that this bounce right up here is actually the third bounce off of some type of trend line that I drew right there. But I don't know that for sure. It's a little too much leeway there, perhaps. So I'd be looking at that as well as somewhere over in here from this level for a possible retracement to take it to the short side. I love playing off those trend lines for trend following type of deals. Here's the open. Looks like it's splashing through that trend line. Okay, so it's bouncing off that 60-minute level right now, or I should say touching off of it. Now, even though we know that it's clearly touched the zone, um, technically speaking, that's no reason to get into this trade. It is a blue zone, so price has been there at least once. But where is this thing really going to stop? We don't know yet. The Globex low really isn't that far away. Okay, so that was fairly good size wick on that previous bar. But wick by itself doesn't mean that price is going to reverse. We've had two pretty good size wick bars here. But both have made a new low, so okay, so the last bar was an inside bar. That was red. And then we have the lunch to the upside, so last bar was inside, and there you go. It's something about this pattern. I don't know what it is, but this spurs on a reversal a lot of times, just like I was talking about the wicks here. At least, I hope I wasn't muted during that time. But having those two big wicks there next to the Globex level, and then this red candle, that was an inside candle, failing to break the low, because it's like two red bars, and that we have a red inside bar. I'm not really that surprised to see reversal. But I think it could be reversing right here though too. So it's definitely going to find some support right there of some sort, plus you have the moving average here.
Gabe, on that last reversal, if you wait for the green engulfing bar to close, I feel like I end up chasing things like that with a huge stop on the downside. So, I mean, you just pass on that? You take it on the come as if green bar is forming? I mean, given the prior 2 bars, the inside bar and all that? Or just pass on it? I mean, how do you analyze that?
Well, because it's like double red candle, if that fails to break a new low, coming in at a good area of support happens, there's a lot of reasons to put a limit order 1 tick above that. So, as soon as that red bar gets engulfed, which you can almost bank on, that's a real good area to get long, So, but yeah.
You're talking 1 tick below the inside red bar.
No,
I mean,
1 tick above. Yeah,
above.
1 tick above.
Okay.
Or you can go in with market, and if it's obviously you're going to have some more risk in the more skin in the game at that point. But yeah.
Right.
So. That was a pretty crazy movement to the upside. Alright, so let's go over to NQ and see what's going on here. Okay, so first off, I like to take where yesterday's close is and put that into the idea or into the context of things. So I take the close there in that bar. Which is somewhere up here. Okay. And then I look for trend lines. So I'd say this thing has moved down, and then we may be getting into like a wedge here. So technically, it may look something like this as far as patterns goes, because we do look at patterns a little bit. Down, and then it wedges, like what it's kind of doing here, and then I would expect to see a further down move. But we'll see how that goes. And we are going to be opening up right here, or this is roughly where we are right now, which means that there's a good sized gap going on. Will it be a open and fill the gap, or will it be gap and go and continue on to the downside? That's what we have to weigh. And to tell you the truth, I don't know what's going to happen. I would love to see price hit this 60-minute zone up there again. Just because then we fulfilled our move from 60-minute to 60-minute. But if it fails to break these highs up here, then buyers are coming in even lower, so supply and demand has shifted, and let's see what happens all the way down there. As far as the Globex context goes, we also have the Globex high up here, Globex low all the way down there. So it could very well open up right around in this range next to the moving averages and continue to the downside. Consider the moving averages like mediums, like a plumb line of price. Usually price extends away from it a great degree, but then it needs to come back and check it, if you will. Okay? So it's another way that you can also test when a big pullback may be happening or a retracement may be happening, because if you get too far away from these things, and things are lining up well, price will come back and retest these moving averages here. And this is the 5-minute 20 MA and the 15-minute 20 MA, just so you guys know. So I would say that prices kind of bounced off that trend line there. So we're definitely wedging at best.
Hey, Gabe,
Hmm.
did you know it's a bank holiday today?
Oh yeah? What's
Yeah,
that?
it's Columbus Day.
Yeah.
FYI.
Hey, I can make money on Columbus Day, so I'm cool with that.
I know you can. Just wanted to put it out there.
But thanks for sharing that. NQ's not doing anything right now, so figured we might as well look at this a little bit here. So we did see resistance at this level that I was talking about, but turns out that's where that first 15 minutes of the market type of retracement happened, It's weird how retracements and stuff, important things, I should say, go on at that first 15 minutes. I don't know what's up with that, but it is something. Something else to also look at is maybe removing that trend line and drawing this trend line in its place. We really need to see this level get beat here. That was a very bullish candle. Plus, if people have gotten short from the down move, this is more than likely where they're getting trapped, because it's kind of a trend follow area is how I read it, and now they're getting trapped, so it may be a real nice area to look to the long as far as the trend following to the upside, at least up to this trend line, as well as where this previous high is up there, which is right around where that zone is right there. But ultimately we're looking from this green or this blue 60-minute zone all the way up to that 60-minute zone. Alright, we're coming into the open of New York. I would say that this trend line that I drew got beaten just a little bit here. Let's see if I can thin it out. Maybe something like that works a little better. Now, as we're coming into the open here, it is within the first 5 minutes of the bottom of the hour, technically, since we're opening up at the bottom of the hour. And this is what we're looking at here. So it does look like this trend line will be in play, as well as these previous highs over here to our left. It's right in between the moving averages, so this is a technically like kind of a trend follow to the short side, and could be a pretty big drop. Let's see if I see any 60-minute zones over here that differ, and it still looks like it's a ways down there no matter what. But we are right in the middle of something here, so right in between big 60-minute levels, you know. Yesterday's close is way above there, way above this Globex high. Alright, depending on how this bar closes, this could be a break of the trend line to the downside. Plus, if we take this back to simple zone theory, there's probably, there's a zone right down there that has had several hits. So this is a second retest, so this little 1 minute zone can definitely break at this time. And there it goes. Wow, look at how big that 1 minute zone is. Holy cow. That's huge. Wow. I personally kind of like the short play here. Okay, so we just had a doji there. So we're definitely getting just kind of an interesting thing going on here. Looks kind of like a double bottom, a real nice solid double bottom off that doji candle. And as we talk about in the price action school, those doji candles a lot of times represent some exhaustion of the move. So see how this works out. Right now, just so you can completely know my thoughts, I'm not really all that convicted on either side. I like the downside play, but this happened way too fast. That double bottom thing happened way too fast. If it actually does continue to go up here. Okay, I would say that this trend line is now beaten. I'm looking for that gap closure, gap fill all the way up there. The short play is no longer in effect in my mind since we did that double bottom and engulfed or surpassed these previous highs here. I'm looking, and I think that's important that we should be able to flip with the market as appropriate, you know. It'll be interesting to see what happens here at the Globex high, but I kind of expect it to blow through it. Or if it does, maybe a shallow retracement. And there it goes. Let's see if we can finish out this candle with some strength and power here. I'm looking, this is right here, like a couple candles ago, with only a little wick of like one tick on the upside. That's a pretty strong candle. And it's really big. This Globex high level may be retested here. And I'm also thinking that this little retracement here could last for quite some time, um, as we're approaching the first 15 minutes. So this could take a little bit of time for us to get through this retest down here. Okay, got a little retest of that high right there. See where the closes of those candles are. I wouldn't be surprised to see a double dip retracement here. Again, I'm waiting for the first 15 minutes. I think it could last until then. Something interesting happening here on crude is obviously we've seen this real big push to the upside. Now we're hitting that trend line as well as the APA zone up here, and it seems to be respecting those two. Okay, this movement here is a little bit more than what I was expecting to the downside. So I think it's good to look at previous zones, things of that nature, to see where price will be coming in. And basically I can like scroll over here and look at previous highs to possibly see areas of good support resistance. So I think something at 32.10 may be coming into effect, but it's kind of what I see over there on the right hand side. So I'm just going to flash my dead zones, and you can kind of see something right around in here. That's what I'm looking at right now. Looks like it touched this old dead zone right there, but yeah. a pretty good size wick on that thing. Let's see if there is another double red bar, and then it reverses kind of deal. But right now we're at the first 15 minutes. Oh, there's your double red bar, inside bar.
I'm long on the YM. Okay.
Oh, you are? Cool.
Yeah, I sent the file, but I think I sent it to your. I didn't put it on the.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I went to your Skype, your personal one.
Oh, I did.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Well, anyways, my T3 has I put at plus 6 points at 0.75. I got the entry at 0.65 on the YM.
It's putting it in as a PowerPoint. You know that?
Oh yeah, I put in a PowerPoint. Sorry.
You need to hook you up with Jing or Snagit.
Okay.
You know, I think what would be easier to do right now is just share my YM chart here. Maybe you can, I'll let you...
For right,
I'll
this
let you
candle
point
that...
here.
Mhm.
Hold on. Allow drawing. Okay, so now you can draw on my screen.
I can?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you see my mouse, my pointer?
No, you can just click and point, and it will it'll draw a little thing on my chart or on my
No,
screen
it's not.
wherever you click.
It's not drawing.
Oh, so you're clicking it.
Oh, hold on, I got it here. Highlighter. I got in a fifth. Okay, well, that's a 5 minute. Yeah, 1 second. Okay. I got in the 15065 around here. I took T1 at 15.075 and T2 at 15.085. T3 I got it at 71, right around here.
Oh wow.
I
It's
should have
really
taken
gone
up
up.
my
to-
30. Yeah, I should have taken my 30 points up there like I usually did. I got distracted doing the file.
That's awesome. That's really nice.
And yeah, you can see these levels down here. I took it off of the 30-minute level, and then I pinpointed here with the 1 minute. I drew it down, and I got into the 1 minute on the off of the 1 minute chart.
Wow. That's really not bad. I'm proud of you. That was really nice. I mean,
Thank you.
it was cool as far as your entry goes. It would have been nice, obviously, like you said, to get a little bit more on the profit side, but you know what? That happens. So
Yeah.
I can understand that. How do I,
That was my 065. I got it in there.
Alright. So I'm going to share with you guys my first NQ trade here. And I actually got stopped out on this bad boy. I have another CL trade that I'm in right now, but it's doing well. It's doing real well, but got stopped out just below this low here. And was able to get back in it here at right up here. So we'll see what happens with this next one. But I'm just looking at playing the range first and foremost, you know, scalping target, and then play this range up here, you know. That's the idea. Because I really want to see that gap fill. Now that it's given us that direction. You know, just to share with you why that 3210 level was kind of important for me here. If you look at this high, and this low, and this low, you know, that's where that level kind of came in from. So then we just take a nice little deal. Can also flash our dead zones. We should do something right around in that range. So it looks like it hit the very bottom of where that previous support level was. Kind of the bottom of a little consolidation right there. And now we're going up to retest the highs. So okay, so I just popped the top on the NQ. Let's see how this thing retests that the closure of the gap as well as the gap fill. We have yesterday's close marked right up here. And since I've already told you guys about my other trade that I'm in, I'm going to go ahead and allow you to know that my third target is sitting up there at yesterday's close. Okay. If you're watching the Epizones room, you also know that I'm long on CL from down here at the bottom. And I've been able to lock in a little bit here. So no matter what, I'm going to walk away from my CL trade profitable as well. But you can see that that trend line got a lot of love up there. It's come back down, and it's actually beaten the trend line that I had drawn to the upside here. Okay, so we'll see if we can't get another retest of the trend line. But I am locked in now, and the moving averages are right there too. So I just need to wait patiently on this one. Stop was a little bit bigger on this trade here. It was at 22. So I had about 16 ticks of risk on it. But right now I'm locked in at 30. It's just kind of an even number. And we'll see what happens. And I played my first target. I played my second target up to this area right up there. And now I'm looking for that big 100 tick move. We may see a couple little retracements come on here now that we've beaten this level. I would like to see a retracement back to this high here. But also know and feel how we're in kind of a micro trend here. This is really hard to get into. The best thing that we can do here is maybe look at these smaller tick charts, zones, and find some way to jump in here. So we have a zone right up in there, right below the Globex low, or the Globex high, and we just formed a little zone right here too. But I'm looking for this area over here. Something around in this area would be really nice, I think. Just because this is resistance becoming support. And we have a little red candle right here that, to me, demonstrates that some people were really trying to defend that level just a little bit. Maybe some stops got ran on something like this. But a lot of times you see when price does go through a zone, there will be just a little red candle there or so. And then it goes, but that little red candle also tells us when the price revisits this area, a lot of times there can be a bounce off of that area of consolidation, if you will. Alright, so over here on C, I'm going to erase that trend line because it's been broken. Kind of feels like there's a steeper trend line going into effect here. So we have 2 bounces on that. Let's see if there gets to be a 3rd bounce there. Alright, so let's go see what this zone down here looks like. Bouncing off that Globex level there. Well, as I was talking about this level here, apparently it wasn't anything big enough for price to really respect so much. You know, we got a little bit of work to the high side there, but nothing to write home about. And if we're following just the close of the candles, dude, that thing just shot right through that. I'm sorry, but unfortunately, that was a pretty good sized down candle. Now we do have a doji right now. Okay. Remember, there was a doji right down there too when price started this move. So we'll see what happens. But dojis represent exhaustion, so that's a good sign. Okay, so we're getting a ton of exhaustion here. Inside bar, inside bar, inside bar. No long signal, no short signal. real big push to the downside there with that red bar. Let's see if we get a double bar in golf here. Alright, so that Globex High is getting a lot of play right now. Technically, it still hasn't beaten that yellow 150 tick zone that we were looking at, so it's a good thing, right? I feel pretty good if it could beat this 18 level 3218 right there. It's really going into the chop. We may have seen the high and low of the markets here today, considering, as Michelle said, it's a bank holiday, right? What do you think, Michelle?
Yeah, it's their Columbus Day.
Alright, so let's see how it retests the low here. Looks like here's the retest of that trending, or of that trend line on CL. And depending on how you look at this, this may be the third retest, so this may be the fourth retest of this trend line right now on CL. Okay, so something that I'd like to share is so much of the time, like at the open of the market, you get that high, like micro trendy type thing, and it's just terrible to try to get into, especially to the long side, because it's just so quick. Something else that I've noticed, just looking back at this area here, if you look at where previous highs and previous lows match the most, just like what I was saying before with the 3210 area, like way before this retracement happened, it seems to give a little bit more credence to the price action movement. Okay, so we got a double bar engulf here. Let's see if we can beat this high. Oh, there it goes. That is it's a really powerful double bar engulf. And this green bar with full, there's no wick on this bar whatsoever. So it's a pretty bullish bar. Let's see if we can get some follow through up here to this high. Okay, so we did get a break above the trend line here on CL as well. But the moving averages are right there. uh, okay, let's see if this candle here on NQ can power through the previous high. Here's what I see as the active zones. Of the 1 minute chart here on CL. You kind of get a feel of what's going on there. I don't know, for some reason I feel like all this chop up and down, there's been a few different retests of this trend line, and I feel like the trend line's broken, but we'll see.
Gabe, I sent in a link there. See if you can open it. See if I got it right for that screencast.
Yeah, that's a whole lot better actually. Oh, that's odd though. Unable to embed this tight. Why? Why are you?
Did I get it wrong?
Why is it saving it as PowerPoint?
Oh, because I copied it and put it on the PowerPoint. Okay, well let me check into that. I'll work on that.
You don't need to put it in PowerPoint. Just to share with you what I do.
Okay.
I have Snagit, which I bought for like $30 or whatever, and basically I have it a hotkey, or if you come up here to this thing, you can do a picture. Let's see, what is this? Yeah, I can do a picture, and then I can like take a picture, but I have it hotkeyed. But if you see my screen goes gray, that means I'm taking a picture of something. So I can take pictures of windows and all that kind of stuff. But this is kind of the same with Jing and Snagit together. You basically draw your cursor over whatever you want, like this, and then it gives you this little this screen over here, and Snagit does, and then that's the picture there, and then I just hit screencast one time, and now I'm able to upload it and share it. So it should be really, really simple. And now I can copy that link and paste it to you.
Okay.
And then I just
Alright.
hit X on screencast once I'm done. And yeah.
Well, let me work on that. Give me a few minutes.
No worries. Okay, so it looks like this green bar failed to break the high. So that was the retest of this previous high here. Failed to break. And not surprised to see a new low from that big green bar's low. So it still feels like we're playing in all this range here. Okay, so now I feel like we're getting a real retest of this high up here. And to tell you the truth, that was a real solid like third test of that trend line. Now we're kind of getting another. Alright, and just to share with everybody kind of what I've taken so far today, because I want to do a quick summary here. Let me kind of gather with you the trades that I've taken today so far. Okay, so I think you know about my NQ trades, but let's go review this. This was the open from the setup of today here on crude. So at the open we had the retest of a couple different key levels down here. Like that Globex low was down there, the 60-minute level was down there, and obviously we can see a 1-minute zone down there as well. We had some good wicks into it, and then a nice push to the upside. Okay, so 10, and then I took off my second one at 21, which was like up in this range, and then looking for 109 as and the reason why it was set to 109 is it's 102.30. Okay, and 102.30 is just a couple ticks below this 60-minute level, and that's what I was looking at, was that 60-minute level to break that. Okay, so hopefully that makes a little bit of sense there. However, with price coming down here, I did pull up my stop a little bit too much and got stopped out almost to the tick of this thing down here. So the first two targets got hit, and then unfortunately after about an hour and a half of holding this thing, I got stopped out. And we'll see if 102.30 gets hit. Yesterday's level, yesterday's close is right here. So we'll see if we can't get up to yesterday's close. But that's kind of what I'm looking for and what I'm doing with it. Okay, so that kind of takes care of CL here. Now the two trades that I've been able to take here on NQ, wasn't able to get this little thing here at the open at all, just because there was a big brown zone down here. But at the time I was looking more for a trend following play, which totally could have happened. We had a big gap and then we go. But it looks like we're going to try to fill that gap today. So it did double bottom out here. Nice little doji inside the zone, and boom. I don't think there was any 60-minute levels or anything that confirmed this as a good area. Globex low is still down there a ways, so but that's kind of how I read that stuff. Now, obviously I wasn't able to take that trade, so I was able to take a trade here. I was looking at those previous highs, and that was pretty close. Gave that little double red bar in golf, and got a couple ticks, but it did get stopped out. However, because I had talked about this before, when we actually got a 2-bar in golf off of this red candle, I was able to jump in here. So and pull off my first target at 10, and then I decided to pull off my second one just as we're retesting these two highs here. Okay, so where these two open and closes are. I thought that was a good retest and trying to play the range or a possible range, and I'm still in this one here. So I would like to see yesterday's close be hit, so that's about 15 points, and I've gone ahead and moved my stop to just below this level here. I think it is. Let me check this out. And we're just going to see how this plays out. Yeah, just below this little low here. I'm sitting one tick below that. And we'll see how this thing goes, you know. So that's kind of how I, that's my trade so far today. So, yeah, we all get stuck with losers. It's part of the game. But hopefully that doesn't happen as much as those winners go. So, and so far we've double topped here, I'd say, here in Q with those past couple minutes here. But I'm going to be shutting down the room as I have some other stuff to take care of today. So I will say adieu, and I hope everybody has a great Columbus Day, and we will catch you all later on. Bye now.
Thanks, Gabe. See you.
Hi, Gabe.